Okay. Well, we are back at it again. Um, so tonight, going to do a bunch of refactoring. I will also show some work that I've been doing off stream. And what I want to do is refactor some of the work that I've done to get rid of some of these kind of boilerplate mapping classes. Show you how to do that with JDBI, and then continue to work on the database migration. Show you a example of Upsert that I did with JDBI and Postgres, and then just keep cranking away on things. So what I want to do here is I want to be able to get rid of these mapping classes, and there's kind of two parts to this. The first is I am going to redo my keys or my database columns such that they exactly match the actual classes that I'm using. This will let me get rid of the row mapper. And then in this case, I can do this, although this isn't really truly necessary. And so for this class, it's a pretty small class. It's not that big of a deal. But you will see with a larger class, this can be really useful. So this is pretty simple, but let's go over to our dividend history table, which is what we've worked on before. So there's a bunch of things in here. To local and null that I also think that we should be able to get rid of. And in this case, right, there's a heck of a lot more code in here that hopefully we'll be able to get rid of. So we're running the tests over here. This should pass. I don't expect the previous thing to fail, but let's just go ahead and comment the rest of this out. Get rid of this row mapper. And then take a look here. So this first thing is going to be, we're going to do bind Kotlin. So this is an actual Kotlin helper function that we're going to use. Do we need to use this anywhere else? Nope, it doesn't appear so. Oop, that did fail. Missing rights. There's probably something. Nope, that's not what I want. So what failed? Sign of the Apple service test. Missing named parameter. Because I named this. It's because I named this is private email. Yeah. Let's take a look at this again. So, yeah, so in this case, I can do this, I think. And you can do it column by column. Or at least I think I can do this column by column. Let's go ahead and run this and just check. Nope. Private email is private email. This is going to be, yeah, private email, private email. I think this will be smart enough to... Nope. Let's run this again. Of relationship. Okay, so what is still using rights? Private. Ooh, where is this lowercase? Did I have a typo in here? Oh, it is the same. Is private email. Okay. Yeah. This should be fine now. Oh, and excuse the typos. I got a new keyboard I'm still getting used to. Right. This needs an ID. See the typos? The typos. Ugh. Still nothing. Insert user. Values ID email is private email. What did I... I should just be able to create this. Primary key, default. I don't care about passing it in. Well, I do if I want to, but I don't need to. ID is this. Why is this giving me such a hard... Mapping constructor injected type. So, yes. So this... Oh, I'm surprised I missed this. Email. Right, the subject is the ID. Right, there you go. This might just be bind. Why is this giving me such a hard time? This can be string, which is fine. Is it just column name? Yeah, okay. There we go. So that one's fixed. Why can't I refactor that? Command Option L. There we go. Okay, so that's fixed and cleaned up. Now let's do this one. This one may be trickier. So this is our class. Let's look at our table. That's cleaned up. And ID is there. Let's give this a run. These should map okay. All sorts of no. Batch entry 0 inserts. Declared date of relation dividend history does not exist. Declared date. It does, but this is saying, yeah, so we got to fix our queries here. Okay. So we want to change underscore D to just capital D. And that might be it. Nope, something else. X date. Right. So we need to change underscore. Wait, what? X underscore date. So we missed one somewhere. Yep. Sorting. Okay, that's all fixed. This should be good to get rid of. We missed one. Current date does not exist. What is current date? Oh, that is the, yeah. That's the actual Postgres function. So that needs to be underscore. Okay, that's fixed as well. No more stuff. No more of the crummy stuff. So now let's take a look at what I was doing the other day or off stream, and that is an Upsert. And this is a pretty big row, but this is an important one. So this this statistics table holds a bunch of different kind of current or up-to-date information about a given company. And every time I insert, I do an upsert, right? So insert or update based on the symbol, right? So I only really want one of these at a time. And I'm using bind Kotlin to basically just bind all of these parameters directly into here, as well as just updating the updated date to now. So nothing too exciting there. But now with everything in this one table, one of the things I can do in here is also, so in Firestore, I have essentially a completely separate way to get the current yield, but it's really just based off the same data in these statistics. So we can collapse this because I'm literally just returning the yield out of the statistics table, right? So yeah, because I have a separate collection yield, and the thing that actually creates this is the statistics. So we need to add a new query here, which is select yield from company stats, where symbol equals symbol. And we're going to select the yield. We're going to bring this over. And this is going to return potentially a double if it exists. And then we can write a test for this. Select yield. Okay, so we're going to upsert this, and then we are going to assert equals company stats dot select yield apple what did we put in for the yield? We put in stats dot yield dividend yield. Yeah. And then oh, that didn't work. So column yield does not exist. Right, because it is dividend yield. Then yield. And in this case, we're going to do copy dividend yield equals null. Oh, that actually can't be null. Really? Okay, so this is probably just going to be 0. Yeah. Okay, so we don't need to test this. Okay, so then that gets rid of a bunch of the yield stuff. Now what else can we do? All right, so this is good, but we need to start thinking about indexes. And in this case, we are often going to get, we're not often querying by ID in these scenarios. We're often querying by the actual symbol or maybe even a date. So we need to add some indexes here. So much stuff. Create index. So I like to create the indexes along these lines, right in line. So we're going to create index dividend history symbol on dividend history symbol. What else? That's probably okay for now. Well, for dividend history, we're probably going to need more than just that. I'm thinking we want it on declared X date, record date, and payment date as well, because we're often looking for dividends within a given range. To create a unique B-tree index on the column title with included columns, director, rating, and the table films. So I don't remember what include does. Optional include clause specifies a list of columns which are included in this index as non-key columns. A non-key column can be used in an index scan search qualification, and it is disregarded for purposes of any uniqueness or exclusion. However, an index-only scan can return the context of non-key columns without having to visit the indexes table. Interesting. Okay. So maybe we... See, yeah, this would be useful, though, because search qualification. No, we're just going to do this for now. So we need it on that for sure. This ID is good. We're never going to look by email. And then this also is also going to be by symbol because that's how we're going to look stuff up. Okay. Let's just go ahead and run our test suite again, but we should be good there. All right, so let's take a look at our services and see what else we can do. We've done that one. Well, let's take a look at our README actually. What have we got? We created GitLab on our dedicated hardware. We haven't imported. We did check if we need indexes. We did yield. We did stats. So let's do peers next. Yeah. And so peers is all about finding stocks that are similar. So if you were to look up, hey, give me stocks similar to Apple, then you would get, Microsoft or Google or Facebook or those people back, right? This one's pretty easy, so let's just go ahead and knock this one out. Symbol peer, or call this company peers table. Okay. Interface company peers table. This is gonna be an interesting one. We might be able to do how are we gonna want to store this? So this is essentially gonna be a company peer. We will have a symbol, right? And then what we have is really in the other one a list of peers, which is basically just another list of symbols. So let's take a look at the JDBI documentation. See what is the best way to do this. Registering array types, binding custom array types. So we could store this as like a JSON array. Which might actually be a little better. Allows you to store arbitrary JSON, right? But that's probably not really what we should do. Okay, so let's just do this. So this is really what's going to go in the database. But then really what you want out of it is what you really want out of it is something like this. You want a list of peers, right? That's actually what you want. But in this case, we'll just do this and we'll let whoever is calling this do that mapping. So what do we want to do here? Because we need to kind of, whenever we save this, we're going to save a list of them. And we want to remove the ones that exist first. And then also update them. So in that case, maybe we do want to use JSON unless this does have embedded. Does it have embedded? Doesn't have embedded. Um, hmm. I think we're just going to do a column mapper. Well, let's see what the internet says. Arrays. Oh. I don't think I've ever known this about Postgres, but that's pretty cool. That's what we want right there. V5 company peers. We don't need an ID. We do need a symbol. We usually always want an updated at. And peers. We want peers. Varchar of 8. Not null. And we will also want an index for sure on this. But this is going to be unique. Yeah, that'll be unique. Company peers. Okie dokie. Let's try this. I don't know if JDBI has support for this. Stored as SQL arrays. Okay, so it does. So this is going to be list of string. Insert into company peers. Where's insert values. Oh, I already forgot. Yeah, insert. Yeah. Insert into company peers values. Where? Man, I gotta get used to this new keyboard. Into symbol, and the values are gonna be symbol and peers. So this is gonna be fun. Upsert peers, bind Kotlin, peers, peers. But this needs to be Upsert, not this. Values. Peers. This will be on conflict symbol do update set. Symbol doesn't really matter. We're definitely not updating that. But then peers is equal to peers. And also updated at is now. Does that look right? Yeah, and I also don't like that, how that looks. Insert into there these things. On conflict symbol do update set, all of the fields. All good there. Yep, that should work. Okie dokie. Let's get a test going. Bum, bum, bum. Company peers table tests. This needs to be renamed because I forgot to rename that. This is table tests. So this is going to be insert peers, and this will be select peers. This also needs to be renamed. Okay. Okie dokie. Company peers table. Peers no ID. Peers.upsert. Okay. So this will be Facebook, Microsoft, and Google. This needs to be peers all around. Okay. Then the this will be Apple. Oh, this is not returning something. Did I not? Company peers table, yeah, result. What the? Oh. That too, huh? Symbol. Okay. Yep, that definitely needs to return something. And we're going to do the same thing, but rather than insert it, we are going to select it. Okay, let's give that a whirl. Set symbol. That's going to fail because we need that. All right, that is peers. That's done. Just make sure we got that index. Okay, let's commit some of this stuff. So added indexes and out of table classes. Yep. And then company peers. Right. All right, what else? Companies. Companies is another big one, right? Yeah, companies is definitely another big one. Okay, so this is like the company information. Should be able to knock this one out pretty quick as well. Actually, that's probably good enough for tonight. So what did we do? We got some indexes done. Should probably add so indexes on dividend history table. We also did indexes on stats table. And then we did indexes on peers table as well. And let me just move these. I'm going to move the ones that are done to the bottom, just so that they're out of the way. So we have Yeah, so we've got a bunch of stuff left here, but we're making progress. So we did some indexes, stored some stuff in the database. We used arrays, and we got rid of a bunch of mappers. So this, all of this code now is a lot simpler and cleaner. There's a lot less to manage. So this is looking pretty good. Making good progress. So you can see once you kind of get the pattern down and once you have less stuff going on, things can move pretty quickly. And again, once I convert all these, it should be very, very, very little work to basically just replace it in because I've kind of separated this data layer from everything else. So that's pretty good. That's all we did for tonight. Took a look at indexes, did some Postgres arrays stuff, which was I hadn't done in a long time, or don't even remember using it. And then we also got rid of all the JDBI mappers and stuff. So now everything's nice and clean. Just uses straight data classes. I don't think it uses reflection, which is good. But we might need to check that in the future. So that's it for tonight. Let me know if you have any questions. We will see you in the next stream.